Okay, happy Sunday morning, Jasmine Aloon. Are you feeling after yesterday?
Your hair not growing back, my eyes getting smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all
Anyway,
worth it, yeah?
hey,
It's all worth it. So that people don't have to lose their hair and their eyesight.
exactly. So I think we achieved quite a lot yesterday, and I'm going to just do a recap. I'll share my screen. Let's take a look at everything that we post-noted to do, what was done, review the latest website and everything that I broke. And from there, we can agree what needs to be done today. I think the objective is that we're going to push as hard as we can today to get a updated working product in place. So let's dive into it. Okay, so we wanted to obviously showcase how we unlock the AI Brand Consult org on the co-founder operating system to discover the 8 agents, add them to the org, which you did. We're still going to prompt against those today to develop the brand playbooks and the deep research. So we'll try and do that towards the end of today, once we tidy up all the other stuff that I'm going to point out. I also said I was going to build a UI UX agent as well as a copy agent. So I built each one of those. The copy agent, we went through 2 iterations. The first iteration, so we built the UI UX agent first. It gave us a comprehensive report of things to tweak on the site. So it really was quite detailed. We started taking that and applying it in a phased approach. And in true AI fashion for novices like ourselves, we started breaking things and I started doing all sorts of weird stuff, taking the AI recommendation in the agent and applying it to lovable.dev, where we're building the interface. And yeah, several things started going a bit wonky. And, this is the risk that you face when you playing with code as a non-coder or playing with UI UX enhancements without actually understanding what you're reading. But again, this is the point of what we're trying to do. So we started with that. We fixed some spacing and headings. We went forward with a few things. We reverted back. And then we decided to pause on all the UI UX enhancements. We then built out a copy agent, where the first version of the copy agent just felt like a data dump. It wasn't consultative. And we then, later on in the day, reworked the agent's instructions to be consultative, and it provided quite a nice list of questions to answer, and then reviewed the existing asset, which is the website in this case. At this point, we had updated the website with most of the changes, and we'll go through the website now to showcase what those are. But ultimately, it then provided a very good copy. And I think towards the end of yesterday, in hindsight, I might have got overly excited about the persona of the copy that was coming out. Very quickly with that copy agent, I then built out a brand voice and personality, and I think we called it a brand Bible for AI Brand Consult, because it had done quite a nice consult. It provided a review of the copy, and on the back of that, I felt like it was hitting the mark, and immediately asked it to build a comprehensive knowledge base. And we built out another agent in AI Brand Consult, which is our go-to for our AI brand personality and voice for all social media or content copy development. So yeah, I think that that is a summary on point 1 and 2. On point 3, we then went in, we updated several sections of the website. As mentioned, we went back and forward. The anchor for us is to not feel like a $5 SaaS, and fix the pricing confusion. We spent a bit of time on that. And I think maybe I can at this point jump across to the website and just showcase exactly what we did. So this is the new site. a few things that are dramatically different. We dropped the header and we try to introduce a console, which will become a live AI-enabled console to immediately enable people to engage, ask questions. There's some in thinking as to what AI we will put in here. I wanted to be able to not only answer questions about what we do, almost like a concierge. I think that was the recommendation you provided, Jasmine, but then also I want to build in the ability for it to do a review of your LinkedIn and any copy, or help you even ideate an idea. So it becomes like a bit of an all-rounder, just to give you a very agentic type feeling and experience. So that's kind of the header. We removed whole sections that felt very text heavy, and collapsed a whole section in between this initial heading and the access to the agents. We removed the card that was there giving you guidance on, how to use the agents. So really trying to go more minimalistic. We also removed all of the different colors that were linked to each card, so that it has a bit of a cleaner feel. Still not happy with this look and feel, I must be honest. It feels very basic. We've got some thinking to do there. We added this section to try and mitigate the what next. So we initially had what next, and we changed it to ready to upgrade, and how people understand simplistically where the next step should be from a pricing perspective. So you can either set up your AI environment. We added these new cards that very quickly and easily help you understand what is included with each. So you can either set up your AI environment, you can white label the co-founder operating system, or you can do the 2-hour deep dive, or you can go to the workshops and it drops you down to the different workshops with Jerome. Also cleaned this up so that it doesn't automatically have an open state. Made it that you can click to open or collapse. So again, just trying to make the site more clean and minimalistic. Jumping back up, we've still got the AI brand command center. We fixed this link to actually have the demo video, the latest one that had broken from the previous website. We reduced the number of bullet points of what you're missing on the free version versus what you get. Cleaned up the cards. You can see, you wouldn't notice, but I can see the spacing and the headings from the UI UX agent output. It did help us clean up a lot of the headings and the spacing of the headings to make it visually cleaner. We decided to leave the call to action here to schedule your upgrade. Okay. And then we've still got this section. I think we're going to drop this section. I've tested in the mobile view. It doesn't feel great. The irony again is I've spent so much time when I first created the MVP to try and build something a little bit more animated and interactive. The idea being that you have your brand at the core and you can set up all these different agents that you can connect through the operating system. So we've shown how you can build one agent. You can build any one of these agents connected through a workflow and get them to work together to deliver an output. However, I think this doesn't really serve a purpose. Jasmine, what's your thoughts?
Mm, I actually agree. I don't think people would understand and connect the dots.
It connects it for you. They wouldn't understand why we're connecting dots.
I also want to say, like, for the cards under Jerome, it's not clear that you can open or click on it. It doesn't.
Mm,
You might want to
good
put like
point.
a button there, or yeah. Otherwise, it just shows. And if they don't click, they won't know. They see the pricing nor know the details.
Very good point. Let's just add that to our scope creep. for that.
I also want to go back to what you're
You must
missing.
interrupt. You must never hesitate to interrupt me when I'm there.
No, like, it's okay. The audience is following your flow.
Okay.
So, no, what you're missing, the difference between the free and upgrade. Yeah, the
This,
what you,
yeah,
yeah, correct.
I
I
also
mean, we
thought
used to
that.
have like a long list. This one seems a bit short and
But
not
we did that
compelling enough.
with the update. We did that because it was from a UI perspective, it was very drawn out and text heavy. So the
Mm.
suggestion was to make it more condensed.
Do you understand? If you see what you're missing and what you get, is it mm, is it compelling enough for you to upgrade? I think that is what we need to make sure the cards are doing.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Let's just make a note here. What you're missing is upgrade copy. Let's put that through the copy agent specifically and see what comes out. I was also thinking what you're missing on the free version versus what you get. It's not clear, right?
Mm,
Like what you're missing from where. So
mm,
the person needs to connect the dot that with the free agents above, that's what you have, but what you're missing from that is XYZ.
mm. We've got that
Okay.
from free trial to something, right? The button above. Are you ready to upgrade? Yeah, it says here free trial, complete AI. So these two will be your heading, lah.
So
So
I'm not
what you're
understanding.
missing. So it says here transform your free trial to, so an upgrade meaning it's free, it's a free trial, and now we're going to complete AI powered brand ecosystem, right? So this is what the bit difference between, so the what you're missing is the free trial. What you get is your complete AI powered brand ecosystem.
Yeah, so maybe we change the naming conventions to
Yeah,
free verse. I got you.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Good point.
Because
Please.
you want to continue. I mean, because people are reading, right? So you have to relate back to what they have read earlier.
Um, okay, so we're in agreement then. We're going to drop this section.
Mm,
We might, if we have time, maybe we won't do it today. It could be a video on its own, which is enhancing the ROI calculator. I was thinking for this section, this is obviously very important. I'm still not sure if this should be higher up. I mean, we've got the very quick call to action in the header, but
mm,
the thoughts I was having on the way here today was that
mm,
we could use this as our blog section as well. So you have like a vlog, and I was thinking also that how you have the video here, but I could add an icon that if you click the icon, it opens the relevant blog to that video. So we do blog and video linked. So each video has a written component, and this is where we map the journey and the story or something like that. I don't know.
mm. So you like to transcript into a blog?
Yeah, so we've got a sequence of videos, right,
Yep.
that we've
Yeah.
created. So we'll
Yeah. So
keep
I've got the
adding.
transcript, right? I can always put it into the
Exactly. So
copywriter agent and ask it to change it to a blog, like a short
yeah,
read.
exactly. So that's
Mm,
that's what I was thinking.
mm,
Exactly that. So we
mm,
we're aligned. We
mm,
are aligned
mm,
because we've got the transcript. Where's my notes here?
mm,
Uh, So blog page, link to video section, add video section, an icon that allows for video versus blog, maybe to read. I was thinking we could take, for example, we could take the transcripts is everything that we said, not the summarized view, right?
the transcript to the video.
Yeah.
Yep. Not summarize. Actual transcript.
Okay, so that's brilliant because we can put that. What is that Google AI tool, the way you can turn it into a podcast?
It's called Notebook.
So notebook, we could do three things here. The video, we could turn it into a blog, and then we can take that transcript and ask Notebook to turn it into a podcast, like an interactive podcast where they can talk. So someone can just listen to that, and we can create like a whole podcast series about how we using AI to build out these different features and capabilities, and each one's like an episode, which is quite powerful, don't you think?
Yep.
We can
I can
try
do
it. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So take all summarized transcripts from the session, not summarized, full transcripts, turn it into a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just run from the left. This is the scope creep. So we need to fix the consult on UI UX. Forgot to mention that yesterday, and I tried my best not to do this, and I suppose this is a great learning for everyone, is when I was trying to update these cards, because I changed the call to action button here, I actually broke this the original setup of AI Brand Consult was before we had the co-founder API, and it was hard coded in by Hui, our front-end full stack developer, that each one of these, we link the AI from our operating system. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to have to reconnect it or attempt to with our API, which is brand new. So it's not perfect, but connect the API to Lovable and then link each agent back. It does give me freedom and flexibility to update what the console looks like from a design perspective for each of these. A thought that is going through my head is that I should have an icon here for each one of those, that if you click it, so we can have like a concierge version that is the loading state version that you can engage with. Then at the bottom here, instead of these buttons, I can have the different AI agents that you can navigate between, and then it changes this console to that agent, and then you just engage with it. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah, wouldn't it look like our co-founder, Ask Co-founder tab? You know, we can toggle between different agents, yeah?
I'm thinking something even better than that. So what Jasmine's referring to, for those that are wondering, is you're saying,
Yeah.
why are you always in the way? So what you're saying is to fix this where you can choose which agent you're engaging with.
I mean, it
And
doesn't have to, UI UX doesn't have to look like that. I understand adding the buttons would be clearer because most people wouldn't.
I'm just going to add an icon for each
Yeah, yeah.
agent.
Correct. Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that makes this like the go-to. So I think from a usability perspective, you land here, you can
Yep.
immediately ask what this is about and it'll answer. You can click on any of the agents and it'll start the consult. So this is the go-to. If you want to read more, you scroll down. And then I can make it that if you click on this, it maybe takes you back up there.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, I think.
Mm, mm.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think over time people will realize, and if they do come back to the website to engage with the agents, then they know exactly where to go immediately instead of looking for the agents.
Mm. Yeah, I like that. Then jumping back to our scope creep, because we love a bit of scope creep. So I said remove the login. I still have to do enhance the console, remove robots. Remove robots. This is I typed on the way here this morning. Oh, the colored lights. Fix. You called it the traffic lights. I call it a robot, which is such a South African thing. Remove traffic light top left of console. Okay. Develop AI agent that does consult to help with ideation. So I'll talk to this now before I close. Remind me to come back to this, please. Build LinkedIn AI analysis agents. So I've got some ideas on how they can analyze your LinkedIn profile and give you a lot of really detailed updates. It's something I've been building for a while in the background from a a deep research design perspective. So trying to bring that alive today. Consider icons next to the console for the different agents, which is what I just mentioned. Consider icons for the menu items. So just clean it up, make it more modern, make it feel more futuristic, maybe almost. I must check everything in the mobile view to make sure that it's scaling correctly. Okay. Consider building out an innovation stream agent that matches our innovation stream thinking to help people build an idea. So one of the things I thought in my mind there was in Co-founder OS, we've got our innovation stream module that's designed to help people build a problem statement, go from problem statement to recommended stakeholder, recommended technologies, recommend bespoke use cases, 3 use cases per technology with functional requirements, and then a business canvas. So I'm wondering, a lot of people might land here, they might not have an idea yet. So there's no point to try and do something without an idea, and we can bridge that gap. Consider building out a PRD, business analyst, ROI agent to round it off. Blog page we've spoken about. Take a summarized transcripts we've spoken about. One of the copy agents recommendations is references. So I think we can find time with Jerome to do recording with him. He can review what we've done, do a bit of a consult with us, and add that to the vlog series. Showcase Jasmine building art in CapCut. So yeah, you can share all of the pain you're going through there, Jasmine. And also, I think you're close to releasing the first video that we did yesterday.
Yep.
We've got a second video, which is a longer one. Good luck. You can tell us how you're going to do it differently so you don't wheel spin. We need to do YouTube thumbnails and logo. And then at the end of the day, do all of the agents to actually run the consult on the updated site to get our deep research, brand strategy, customer experience, sales, marketing, and see if we can turn that into project boards and potentially also showcase the first attempt of LinkedIn awareness on video 1, the traction we got, what we paid. We paused that campaign because we were getting clicks, but it was not converting into anything. So how can we fix that? Add for Jerome courses that can click to open drawer with info. I'm not sure what that is. I forgot
Yeah,
why I wrote that down.
the card is not obvious. You need to show like a drop down or something so people can click.
That's what I just added now. You can see I got a bit of porridge brain this morning. Apologies. And then what we're missing versus upgrade copy, which is what we added now. So maybe with that being said, Jasmine Oloon, over to you. You can share what you've been doing.
Okay, I think everyone can see we're in the CapCut, which is a tool that I use to cut and edit and amend the videos. So it allows me to. So what happened was that we did a recording yesterday. And after the recording, I downloaded the videos. So the videos came in a few options. There was one like a gallery view. There's one like a speaker view. As you can see here, so I've downloaded all the different versions and options from Zoom. Then what I did was I added the tracks. And then there's different tracks for different versions of the video. Oh, let me just see what's going on. And then what I did was I put them all together as well as the audio. And then I'm just trying to string them together and make sense of it. So there's certain view. So I'll toggle between different views, like the gallery view or the speaker view in between, depending on what is showing on the screen and what I want to display. What the mistake I made was that I started to edit from right to left, and therefore there was a lot of shifting, which really I confused myself. So I think just a note to me is that we always edit from left to right.
Maybe just explain that a bit more. Like, what does that actually cause when you go from right to left? Because that's often I've learned with vibe coding and with agent design, there's always like key learnings to help people fast track and not go through the same pain. So when you edit from right to left, what does it cause?
Okay, so you can see because I'm so blind, I have to make everything so big. So now I'm just trying to squeeze everything together so you can see. Okay, so we have different tracks, and what I did was I just need to hide and or delete certain timestamp that I don't want, right? Let's say for example, this video, I want to start from here, so I deleted all that before, and I wanted to have this gallery view. No, sorry, speaker view, so it will look like, so then let's just see. So I'm sorry, what's the question again?
What happens when you edit from right to left? From right to left.
Oh, okay. So when you start cutting up videos on the right, you obviously have to move to the left because I have to cut. I'm very afraid to show. Say
Don't
for
show,
example,
just explain what
yeah, yeah,
happens.
okay. Let's say I want to remove this, right? I can delete this. And then when I delete this, obviously it's either I put something in place, or I've got to move this entire audio track to the left. So I've got to cut everything.
Sorry, Jasmine, can I just pause you? I just want
Okay.
to take a step back, okay? So when we download Zoom, when we download the Zoom recording, it gives us four. Can you just show the four? It gives us four. It gives us four files for the whole recording, and each file has a different view. So one has us speaking there. You can see it there. One has the presentation itself, and then one has the individual that's actually speaking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stack each one of them like that. So you got four, you got the same recording with four videos. And then what you're doing is you're editing and cutting out. So you got one that's going to be the main video stream, and then you're cutting where I, for example, try and share a file. You see my files, you cut that out, and then you pull in the best segment from the other three streams into that segment. Now, if you go from right to left, what's happening is you're misaligning the four. That's what's happening. Creating content is tough. We struggle to keep up with providing content. You know, at the moment, we're building Asia Innovate Hub. We've been building the co-found operating system. We've got Amplified Human. We're busy with AI Brand Consult. We've got several other partners that we're helping. So we don't really have time or budgets at the moment to have a dedicated resource. We're hoping that we'll be able to bring on a dedicated resource soon. The reason I share that with you, and it's part of the reason why we built this brand, is to show how there can be structured ways to build as entrepreneurs, innovators, but then more importantly, the real trick is how do you create content that people can want to view, that can help them. So we therefore recording the live build in public Zoom that you're watching now, but to see how we can turn it into shorts for other social media channels like TikTok or we're not on the gram. We actually haven't created for AI Brand Consult. We've only created LinkedIn. We don't currently have a TikTok or any of the other social media handles, and I'm nervous to create it because each one of them requires a different format and a style of messaging. We might unlock one or two, we'll see. But I hope it does give us good shorts. We currently have got YouTube and we've got LinkedIn. So we might just focus on that for now. I don't know. Jasmine, what do you think?
I don't know. But it's YouTube Shorts, right? So we
Yeah.
can try that too. And I think YouTube Shorts probably also same as TikTok.
Yeah, it is pretty much the same thing, I think, as the non-social media person.
Who watches a lot of TikTok videos.
Yeah. Most people, I think TikTok tends to be, I suppose, what I've seen and read, the market leader at the moment. But you know, it only works if you know how to engage and connect with people on that forum, which is not easy. So we'll see. Okay, I want to quickly share one more update and then we go into build mode. So one of the things that I have also realized yesterday is I built out UI UX guru first, then the copywriting guru. The UI UX guru gave us a comprehensive output that was from Jasmine's side, which was captured in this document here. Okay, so it gave us a lot of recommendations, which I'm not 100% confident of. It was interrogating the existing sites and making all sorts of recommendations. Some of them we used. We paused halfway with this document because it was fundamentally changing the whole look and feel of the site. And I was nervous that we were going to go down a path which can be like a full day sprint, just trying to get the UI UX right. And we tested the glass morph, went forward, went back, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, long story short, after that, we created the Copywriting Guru. And this really, the first take didn't work so well. The second take provided a much better consult. So here's the questions that it asked, okay? And each it asked a single question at a time, which I like. We answered. It eventually then confirmed everything. We provided the artifact, which in this case is our website. It provided a report, which was really cool in the sense that it gave us a structured breakdown. Based off the copy, it recommended which of the copy frameworks would be best suited for what we're trying to do. So without, again, having studied any of this and without actually having studied the knowledge base, because we're building fast and we're trying to move fast. And obviously we will learn as we go, and I'll go back and read the knowledge base to understand each of these frameworks. This is a good way to learn, by the way, because I would never normally want to go study copy. And when you build like this, it forces you to learn so that you understand and you actually want to learn. So I do want to understand what pastor means, as well as ADA, PASS, and BAB. But it recommended pastor for us, which is a framework that is designed with specific copy to drive out our narrative and engagement. The reason I'm sharing all of this, and then after that, I decided to turn I prompted to build our AI brand voice personality Bible, which I've turned into an agent, okay, which is here. And we tested this as well. And it provided, when I asked it, I clicked on the call to action, which was consult me. It immediately read my profile in Co-Founder. So if I just show you here, it immediately read this profile here. So in Co-Founder, you put your LinkedIn and it scrapes it and it reads your profile. And it provided me feedback on this, saying some of the terminology I'm using is a little bit vanilla, and gave me some brutal feedback. Anyway, the point of my story is that after doing this yesterday, as normal, I was just digesting the day, and I realized as an amateur, again, all you creatives or people that are laughing at us on the other end, watching us fumble our way through this, you probably knew this already, but what occurred to me and what I liked, and I came across this naturally, when I got the feedback from the copy agent, it got me thinking, well, why did we do UI UX first and then copy second? Because in my mind, as an amateur, I thought that that's the way you would do it, which is design the wireframe or design the look and feel, then design the copy. But after doing some research or thinking, I was like, it makes a lot of sense to decide which framework best suits the consult output of what you're trying to do. It gave a recommended framework, it gave copy. I started thinking, well, surely then it's better to go from copy to the recommended UI UX. So what I did today, this morning, just before we started this session, is I wanted to validate my thinking along those lines. And I just want to take you on a step back here. So I asked the questions, which is, if I have the copy guru instructions and we receive an excellent report, should this prelude the UI UX? Okay. and recommend the best UI UX. And I asked it for its thoughts. It then provided me with some thinking on how you could have it as a multi-agent pipeline, which is a nice thought to have. But in this case, I'm going to keep them single agents because we want to pull it through. Maybe eventually we'll get to the point where they'll work in a workflow, but not in today's session. Long story short, industry practice, apparently, those of you that already knew it, don't laugh at us. Brand first or message first sequence is what most agencies follow. They run a positioning workshop, lock the value prop, then design the UI screens around it. For SaaS and marketing websites, this avoids the pretty emptiness problem where elegant pages have mediocre messaging. I think that's pretty interesting. So a unified discovery session, do the copy guru draft, then pass it to the UI UX, and then do a micro iteration loop, okay, between the two to enhance the different segments. So that's pretty cool. That's going to change the approach and also how I design and pull this through. Immediately, I said I want to enhance the UI UX guru with an agentic best practice knowledge base. So what I've done is I've answered some questions and I've built a knowledge base on how to design agentic UI UX, okay? And I've also then gone ahead and enhanced the instruction base, or let me just jump back. I said I want to enhance the UI UX instructions. It needs to be more consultative. The first version wasn't. Also wanted to be able to take the Copy Guru output spec report, help design your UI UX knowledge base, your best UI UX best practice recommendation against the knowledge base, okay? It should allow for a review of the existing wireframe or website that is provided and design the upfront console to determine which pathway is best. So what I'm trying to say in that prompt is understand who you're engaging with. Is it someone fresh off the bat? Is it someone who has a copy guru output? And then to determine the pathway, ask the right questions and give the right recommendation. So I've provided the old instructions. I haven't seen the output yet, so this is the first time I'm looking at it. Let's see. Okay. It's got the knowledge base. So it's referencing the knowledge base, which I'll do. It's giving me new system prompt. It's making sure that it confirms there's a knowledge base. Smart discovery. So it's asking the questions. Remember, I said the pathway. Do you have copy spec report, wireframe screens, live URL, or any combo? Please share links or uploads. Vision. What is the big goal that you want to communicate? KPIs, top 1 to 3 success metrics, audience, okay, brand persona. Okay, so it's kind of trying to confirm a lot of the information. It also is confirming data privacy or sensitivity, because remember, it's going to design now for that, especially that I'm pushing for it to design from an agentic perspective. Okay. Tech stack delivery, phase 2, phase 3. So then it goes into design and then an output, and then it gives a report template example. So this is extremely powerful. And then, yeah, this is really good. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly fix my knowledge base or add to the knowledge base. So if you remember in Co-founder, so I am going to take the knowledge base and add it to the Co-founder agent. So I'm going to copy that. I want to make sure in the instructions it references it. So the naming convention is very specific, and I must make sure that when I save the knowledge base, that I reference that. Let me create a new file. Okay. And then always like to make sure that the knowledge bases have some form of that branding. And that's amateur hour. That's probably Desmond, you can just continue editing in the background there. Let me not waste your time. Take this UI UX Guru. I'm going to add the knowledge base first. Okay. And then I'm going to update the instructions. Okay. That should do it. Nice avatar, Jasmine. Nice forehead. That's your forehead. Why don't you have lines like me? Okay. Let's see. So now I need to think carefully about what I'm going to do next. I want to make, so I want to loop back to this, do the icons. I need to fix the agents. So let me try and check some things off here. Let me start here first. Maybe I should put all of this. I wonder if I should update all the copy. Let me do the minor updates of things that we've picked up first. So let's just check here. Yeah, I've done the rework here. I'll do this in Amber because you still need to test it. Okay. And this also I haven't tested it, so I'm just gonna let's complete here. That remove login. I can do that immediately. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm going to do one bulk update of the console, remove the 3 traffic lights on the top left, I'm going to remove the brand strategy help playbook info AI process call to actions at the bottom here. And I've asked it to implement icons for each of the agents below so that you can select it. And once you select it, it will change this whole console interface into that agent, which makes it quite functional. I haven't done something like this before. So if I can get this right, it's pretty powerful and dynamic. I'm just on Lovable, I'm making it a chat first so that the AI understands what I'm trying to do. I always attach an image to help provide clarity. The reason I'm doing it as a chat is so that I can first get a detailed spec. So I'm going to use the AI twice without burning the credit. So if you don't do it as a chat, what happens is it immediately takes what you've said, turns it into a spec and implements it. Where if you make it a chat first, it will read what you're saying and it's supposed to give you a detailed specification. Okay, so yeah, you can see without implementing it, gives you an opportunity to read first what it is doing. Okay, and you can then decide if you want to tweak it before you implement. So yeah, removing the colored dots. Add a document attachment capability. It's cool. For the attachment of a document, I need to check with my technical team. I have integrated a back end. Yeah, I've used Superbase before, but Lovable's just implemented that you can leverage your own back end on their stack. The reason you might need a database is to store data and interpret that with the AI. There's some other cool stuff I want to test on this, but not today, around turning your chat into a living dashboard, which I'll demonstrate. Replace the quick action buttons with agent icons. Okay. I can't tell if this is too big or too small, so we'll go by trial and error on this. Okay, it's given an icon for a brain, search, target, user. So it's given different icon specs, which is nice. Hover functionality. So if you hover over the icon, it tells you the naming convention because I want it to be clean, no text. Okay. When an agent clicks, transform the console to become that specific AI agent. Okay. Nice. It'll change the header. Seems pretty comprehensive. Also happy. So I'll implement the plan. I'm not sure why it's saying this. Just see if we refresh that. There you are. Let's go. While that's busy working, that should take a while. I want to come back and just test. So we managed to get a report from the Copywriting Guru. I just want to test it, the new one we created. So I'm going back to the review. So let's do this. I am going to ask the Copywriting Guru. No, I don't want to do it again. Hang on. Let me just give a detailed report. Let's see. So after doing the consult, answered the questions, provided the website, and then it gave me a copy spec report. Okay. And it gave me a revised copy. Okay. Headlines, value props, and test, social proof, tone. Okay, so tell me exactly what to test and update. So I want to test that as a report. It doesn't feel comprehensive enough as a report for me. I might come back and enhance those instructions to make that copywriting report a lot more consistent and detailed. Not sure if we have enough copy there, but let's just test the updated UI UX Guru. I want to just make sure I'm on Claude 4. Yep. Conversation memory. Okay, let's see what happens when I say consult me. Oh no. Okay, so it's done what I've asked, but the spacing of this is really not ideal. So what I'm going to do, let's come back here. give it the website and the copy spec, and I just want to test how this agent, the new instructions works. Yeah, so the the UI UX agent has done what I designed or wanted it to do, which is ask which assets I have. So I provided the websites, I provided the copy, it's consumed it, it's come back with more questions to refine the UI UX. So it's asking what is the vision? Okay, so the vision is to enable the dreamers, unlock innovation, help people with ideas turn into reality, uh, remove the barrier for high quality intelligence against best practice frameworks for brand customer experience, personal branding, sales, marketing, and more. Marketing, copy, UI UX, which is the new ones, ideation, everything. Nice. Include building a community of 1 million users within 12 months, and that utilize the premium agents, consume our content on the sites, in the blog, podcast, blog section, pay for us upsell of creating AI native book with co-founder LS. White label on secure workshops with 10K to the button. Series. And the spacing between still looks weird. It's the name. fix this. See if I can fix that spacing and get all the agents in one line. Try and keep that console height intact. Yeah, so it's confirmed what I've put in from a console perspective, the audience. It's asking me to confirm. So it's all of these really. It's confirming the agentic ambition, so it can see that I have a console. So not only did it take the copy from the copy agent, but it has reviewed the website, which is good. Don't know what that accessibility tier means. It so it's going to remove the grid. So those are both loading. I'm going to quickly take a short break. Much better. It's 100%. I say clean. So whenever I click, it keeps dropping. You can see, which is pretty irritating. Shows the hovering of the different agents. So we can almost add like any agent that we add can be your go-to agent here. It works quite well. Now it gives me an opportunity to fix these because we've broken it from opening up the individual console that used to be here. So what I can do is rethink this whole section. So if you click on it, it takes you up to the console and changes it automatically to that agent. So this is kind of where you can see more about the agent. Let's do this. Let's see what we got from. This is the report from the UI UX agent. Yeah, so it's giving me the current and then it's giving me the problem and the reference and the solution. Pretty cool. I mean, yes, we can see. So this is the section I was just about to dive into, and that's why I decided to swing back here to see what it recommended. So So it's saying that depending who you are, it recommends which agents to consider. Interesting. But then we can have a consult as to who are you, where are you, which agents you need to look at depending where you are in your journey. Didn't think of that. Okay. So now I've added to the UX agent an agentic enhancement plan. It's guiding me on how to be more consultative. So maybe the initial agent that we have in the console in the header consults you and recommends which agents to follow depending where you're at in your journey. That's pretty cool. I didn't think of that. I would need to design a specific co-founder agent for that console to do that, which could be following, it could pull together what questions to ask. It could help with ideation. It could help recommend which agents to use. So I'll create an innovation agent if they have a new idea. So start there and then give them a sequence of which agents to use. And then I'll add our brand voice and personality. So it has that coming through the whole time. So it almost becomes like a consulting console, recommends which agents. Interesting. One agent, show char related agents. Interesting. It's even recommending proactive community integration. So depending on where you're at, it dynamically recommends content suggestions. So then it becomes a living page. Does the consult recommends the agents based on the agents that you try helps unlock the value, upsell to the AI native co-founder operating system engine, but then also based on what you've tried, recommends the learning content that you should follow in the page. Didn't think of that. Gives me an overarching score and then a breakdown per the difference. Making recommendations for Q4, Q1, Q2, Q3. What we're going to show you is how we're going to do this within the next few days, if not week. I mentioned I want to get 1 million users on the platform. It's justifying post-implementation, the increasing conversion. Interesting. Yeah. Very good feedback. So I think what I need to do, and this is the problem I found with AI, is you're going to not go into analysis paralysis. The democratization of intelligence is here. We're trying to make sure that we have built agents that give us best practice recommendations. I think the copy agent is working phenomenally well. The UI UX agent is given something that I've never seen before. I've never received any kind of anything like this from any consultant or professional that I've worked with. So I think this is really powerful. It's given me a lot of ideas on where to take the site. It's a little bit overwhelming. And the trick here is to ground yourself in what do we do? Because I need to make sure we've gone live. I've already changed the website dramatically. So I need to figure out what can I do within today that can deliver value. I want the console to work. I want the users to be able to select different agents on the console. I want to add the UI UX, the copy agent, and I want to build an innovation agent. So all of those are available. I want to design another agent, which is your landing page standard console agent that then asks you who you are and what you're trying to do. From there, will recommend out of all the agents I've mentioned previous that are on and the new ones that I'm adding, which ones you should engage with in the sequence to follow. So that can ground you. And then from there, you follow each of those agents to get your relevant solution up and running. In the interim, I need to then consider how that ties into the upsell, because obviously it's a bit clunky and the freemium version is giving a lot of value, guidance, playbooks, but you don't have the history. It's a once-off consult. You have to manually work from one agent to the next instead of having them all in the org. So I need to make sure that that comes through across as an upsell. And then also based on the consult, I need to somehow, and maybe that's not for today, is update the rest of the website. So whatever it recommends from an agent sequence perspective, that you can save that, engage those different agents, fix this, and then make sure the upsell is clear. And then also the learning experience updates accordingly. Okay. So this section would be your blog, vlog, podcast. Okay, so I need to break this up into bite-sized chunks and get this working first. And that's what news. might take a break after this. So I'm just about to implement a change where what I'm doing is I'm adding the other agents in a way. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
So let me just jump to this. Yeah. So I've created, you've got the console, you've got the different agents along the bottom. So it updates the console. I'm still trying to fix that it doesn't jump like that when you change it. But it updates the agent in the console. I'm adding innovation UI UX copy agent. Okay. I'm about to do an implemented update for adding those missing agents at the top and in the bottom here. I've also asked it to add a section to split out what's Jerome, and then if we create new agents, that it adds it as a separate section so that you can, I don't want to confuse what's his and what we build as we build out other agents, right? Yeah, cool.
So
Implement
is there
that.
like a concierge, or you start with choosing the agent? Is there a
Yeah, so
generic
I'm
one?
gonna I'm gonna build out a concierge. So let me just show you how cool the UI UX agent is.
Mm,
So I updated, you saw what I did earlier, or you heard that I was going to update the deep research, the knowledge base, the instructions.
mm,
So I tested it. I said, consult me. It asked me if I have any existing assets, like a copy spec report, wireframes, live URL combination. So I re-provided the website as well as the copy spec that was done yesterday. Okay, so there you can see it. Then what it did is it took that and asked me a few more questions just to reconfirm the vision, KPIs, okay, which I answered. I said, um, we want to unlock the dreamers, unlock innovation, people with ideas, turn it into reality. I also said that the KPIs that we want to hit, we want to hit 1 million users within 12 months that use the freemium agents, consume our content on the site in the form of a vlog, podcast, blog post, pay for the cross and upsell, obviously, to get into Co-founder OS, and then to also be able to white label the platform or secure the workshops with Jerome. It asked me to confirm again the audience, the brand persona, and the agentic ambition. So I just confirmed one or two things here, and then it provided me a really powerful, comprehensive UI UX report, which provided a discovery summary, the framework mapping, like what the current state is, looking at current state UI UX reference, okay, where there's issues, agentic reference, and then the severity of the issue and the impact on the KPI. Excuse me. Looked at the CTAs, the agent discoverability, value communication, mobile experience, then detailed audit findings. Long story short, I've read through all of this, extremely comprehensive, great feedback. The key takeaways, what it was recommending, and I think you might have mentioned this yesterday, is that we should do like a consult, a questionnaire to understand where the person is. It then recommends which agent sequence to use. Okay. And then also updates the site, the vlog, the learning section according to where they're at to help them learn. And then a lot of other recommendations, but those are the two things that are jumping out. So I want to build a concierge agent that can help understand who we're talking to, understand what stage they're at, provide a recommendation of which agents to use, as well as maybe some other basic consult, then send them on their journey of which agents to use in which sequence and why.
So I was thinking, right? I mean, like obviously we were talking about using copy before UI UX. If we
Yes,
had a concierge, or in this case, like an like an agent that we could have chatted with, then maybe that would have given us more clarity, right? Before we set off in the wrong direction, so to speak. But
correct.
also at the same time, I mean, UI UX and the copy agent can be discovered if you're going to publish them. So I was thinking if there's any way we could, obviously have the concierge agent saying, this is what you need to do. But some of these agents are only like premium agents, right? They only sit in the console or only sit in the AI brand. Or you're going to put it here.
Sorry?
Nah, I thought potentially this could be like an upsell.
Look, I mean, ultimately, I'm open. I think I understand what you're saying.
Like unlock for more features,
We
right?
look at
Because it's already like
Jake.
9 agents.
Sorry?
Because we are already giving 9 agents, I think it can be overwhelming. But it's good to like if you are more serious, then you can unlock like with the premium, you can unlock more agents. Because you must think, right? Like basic, premium, like the user journey. If I'm just on a very basic, I only need basic agents, then these are freemium agents. But I think as you go up to another tier, trying to get an MVP or doing more serious work, then I think you also need like a little commitment also from the users. So it's like a potential upsell or investment from them. I don't know, just thinking out loud. Because this, even if you put a lot of agents there, probably gonna confuse them, right?
I think it should recommend agents. We're not trying to, we're already giving so much value.
Yeah.
So you want to recommend the right agents. It becomes cumbersome going from one agent to the next and then having to keep coming back. You don't have a history. You have to copy paste everything. We know for our first paying customer, Jake, that was an easy upsell because he was using it so often. So we want to continue with that. And then people must see that you can actually have all of these agents in your org. And from there, have your chat history, collaboration, long-term memory between the agents and. So we must give a lot of value. I don't think we should make it that some agents are free, some you pay for. You can use all of them, but the same problem persists, which is
No persistent memory.
exactly and cumbersome.
Yeah.
And the more we do that, the more I suspect it'll be easier for people to want to convert because there's so much value that you have this whole team that you can access that's worth you 24/7.
Okay. So you gotta build lovable agents.
Lovable agents. What do you mean?
Agents that people love. I mean, that's what we did, right? Jake really loved the sales agent, really loved the marketing agent, and he wanted to bring them home,
Yeah,
literally. So you have to build agents that give so much value that they are saying, okay, I need to invest and make them mine.
agreed, agreed. Okay, so let me just recap where we're at. Okay, so this is done. This is done. I haven't fully updated the copy. This is done. Do one final check at the end on that. I will build an innovation stream agent. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Mm.
Okay, this is not done. maybe what you can do next is you can take that first transcript and we can demo. You can let's work together to prompt. I'll maybe end this session and we start a new session where we show how we take that and prompt to turn that into a script to become a podcast, how you create it, and then how we embed that into the website. Okay. Okay, this we've done. This you're almost ready to showcase. You still got to do this. Still got to do that. Okay. I can quickly fix this here. This I can fix. Just do that quickly, and then we can end the session. I've just updated the hover effect color. You can update that text so it just tells you to click to view. Okay, done. Oh, I think I'm gonna pause this recording. Is there anything else you want to achieve before we close off this session and go into the next recording?
No.
Okay, so the next session, we will work on the copy of the site. We'll work on the turning and creating a blog and podcast link to each video and try and enhance the content part of the website. So do that from the summarized transcripts. Try and fix the copy for the entire site, get the AI agents working. They're currently not working. Build the innovation stream agent. Okay. And then that'll be the end of that session. And then maybe we'll do one more session after that where we prompt against all the agents for the updated site and put some marketing in place for the week. How does that sound?
Yep.
Sounds like a full Sunday, hey? Sunday fun day. Hey, let's fucking go. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for clocking in.